One of the oldest and popular forms of sports and entertainment, boxing, is also one of the easiest and cheapest ways to get fit. In this episode, we get to know a little more about boxing and Muay Thai, how to get started, and the benefits you can reap from it. As early as the 3rd millennium BC, depictions of boxing from a Sumerian relief have been found. Likewise, in the 2nd millennium, similar illustrations have been found in places such as Assyria and Babylonia, and in Hittite art from Asia Minor. In Minoan Crete, dating around 1500 to 900 BC, evidence of fist fighting with semblances of gloves have been found. Early evidences can also be found in Sardinia, where the boxing statues of the Prama Mountains dating back to 2000 to 1000 BC are. In ancient Rome, boxing was a very popular spectator sport. As a form of protection, leather thongs were wrapped around the competitors' fists. Over time, however, harder leather was used, which led to the thongs evolving from protection into weaponry. Eventually, metal studs were added, in line with the Roman form of boxing, which was to eliminate the opponent by way of death. These events were often held at Roman amphitheaters to spectators hungry for the blood sport. But after a while, purchased slaves and trained combat performers gained value as entertainment commodities without needing to die at every match. It was here that fights became matches held in a circle marked on the floor, hence the term ring in modern boxing. So if you've ever wondered why the square canvas where matches are held is called a ring, that is the very reason. Ironically, in the Roman gladiator period in 393 AD, for reasons of excessive brutality, boxing was ended. It wasn't until late in the 17th century that boxing came back, but this time in London, England. In 1961, the first documented account of a bare-knuckle fight was recorded, while 1719 would produce the first English bare-knuckle champion, Mr. James Figg. It was also around this time that the term boxing first came to be. Early matches had no written rules and was often extremely chaotic. Naturally, this chaos would yield very unfavorable results, sometimes resulting in fatalities. So in 1743, champion Jack Broughton introduced the first boxing rules in order to protect fighters. And these rules were eventually called the Broughton Rules. He also invented and encouraged the use of mufflers, a form of padded gloves for training and exhibitions. While boxing might have been gaining popularity, it was still pretty much an outlawed sport, one which found resistance from authorities in the 19th century, as police would raid gambling venues where most fights were often held. And a case in 1882 of R versus Coney that, despite mutual consent, found that bare-knuckle fights caused bodily harm, eventually ending the widespread popularity of public bare-knuckle contests in England. This, however, gave way to what is known as the Queensberry Rules. And since its publication in 1867, they more or less have been the general rules used in modern boxing. So why has boxing stayed in our culture for that long a time? This is probably because of the many practical benefits boxing has to offer. First off, it teaches people to be strong physically and mentally, how to take a punch and not turn and run. It is very helpful in relieving stress, and at times can even serve as a channel to divert anger. When you box, you reduce stress by hitting your zone and focusing on the technique required to throw a perfect punch. It is also a way to develop self-defense skills. You will learn also in your training ways on how to fight responsibly. And of course, the benefit of healthy weight loss and muscle toning you can gain from it. Because boxing involves sparring, bouncing, ducking, pivoting, punching, and even kicking, it requires repetitive motions of your entire body. These repeated movements provide strength and power, especially to your arms, legs, and core area. Learning boxing is one of the most fun and at the same time challenging sports to take up. Boxing as a form of exercise works out your whole body from head to toe. Giving you both aerobic and anaerobic exercise, it develops your reflexes and movement speed. It also improves your coordination, sense of balance, and overall well-being. To start out, there are 4 basic punches in boxing. These are the jab. Thrown as a quick punch, fully extend your front arm as you take a quick step forward with your front foot. While bringing back your fist, bring your rear leg 1 quick step forward. The straight. Similar to the jab, this is thrown as you move forward with your front foot. The difference here is that at the same time, you lower your head a bit and throw your rear fist. The power and force of this punch comes from your shoulder and rear leg pushing forward. The hook. Possibly one of the most lethal punches in a boxer's arsenal. The hook is designed in a way that it is hard to detect because it is thrown and connects from the side and away from the main scope of sight. As you throw your front fist, swing your body and not your arm, pivoting your feet to the side. The power from this punch comes from the movement of the body and feet. The uppercut. An uppercut is used in close-range situations as a short and quick punch. Lower either fist about a foot and with slightly bent knees. Then rotate your shoulders and power up with your body, throwing your punch upward towards an opponent's head. Here are also a few tips to remember when first taking up boxing. Work on your form first. If you work on the correct form and execution, it programs your body to move correctly. Once you have mastered the correct form, you can then begin to work on your speed and strength. Remember the basics. Always remember the basic exercises because this is what you will build on. For example, knowing the basic jabs will allow you to further work on combinations and advanced techniques, and eventually your own innovations. Knowing the basics will also let you correct mistakes you may commit in the future. Don't overwork yourself. While pushing your limits is good, it should always be done in conscious moderation. Don't work out to exhaustion every day. Instead, push yourself a little each day. Working until the breaking point will eventually burn you out, eventually leading to quitting. Be open to criticism. Listen to your coach or trainer and ask for feedback as much as you can. Even in sparring matches, ask your opponent after. Pointers and tips, especially about your weaknesses and strengths, help improve the way you box, especially after a losing match. Keep hydrated. It can never be stressed too much that proper hydration will keep you going during a workout. Lack of water will bring your energy down, slow your reflexes, and lower your focus. In high-intensity workouts, at least a cup of water per hour should be replenished. Lastly, don't forget to have fun. While boxing may be a serious sport, especially in a competitive setting, having fun and enjoying is the best benefit you can gain. While boxing is a workout in itself, One of the best exercises to accompany it is jumping rope. This provides an extra cardio workout that increases stamina and lung capacity. It also strengthens the heart while improving your footwork, agility, endurance, quickness, and body coordination. Here are a few things to remember. When sizing your rope, stand on the bottom of the rope with both feet and gently pull it upward along the sides of your body. If the top of the handle reaches just below your shoulders, then it is of the right length. Anything longer or shorter will not be suitable. Generally, jump rope sizes are kindergarten, 7 to 8 foot rope. 1st to 5th grade, 8 foot rope. 6th to 8th grade, 8 foot or 9 foot rope. With long ropes, you can adjust the length by simply tying a few knots on the sides just below the handle. To start out, hold the rope behind your body with your arms extended out to the sides. Then bring your arms to the front, leveled with your belly button, with the rope pulled against the back of your legs. Finally, swing your arms down, then back up, bringing the rope arcing over your head. As the rope hits the ground, lift your toes and lightly hop over. This is called the basic bounce. And from this exercise, you can modify and advance into more complex routines. Other jump rope exercises are the jogging step, jack X, foot X, skier, bell, among a host of others. Smoothies. A smoothie is a blended beverage made usually from fresh fruits and veggies. In addition to fruit, many smoothies include crushed ice, honey, or contain syrup. They can also contain milk, yogurt, or ice cream. It is a quick and easy way to nourish your body and get your daily allowance of essential nutrients. Generally, no one wants to experience constipation or indigestion. Let your blender chew your food and ease the burden on your digestive system, while you simultaneously consume plenty of dietary fiber to ensure excellent digestion. There are a number of weight loss programs that promote replacing a meal with a liquid drink. If you provide your body with all the vitamins and minerals it needs via smoothies, and cut out the weight-gaining stuff from your diet, you'll see those excess pounds melt away. You can lose weight easier than before and slim down the healthy way with diet smoothies. The best way to know the exact ingredients in your smoothie is to make them yourself. All you need is a blender, fruit, and a base such as water, milk, or yogurt. Making your own smoothies can help prevent fruit from going to waste, while providing benefits that will keep you on the right track towards good health. Banana Ginger Smoothie. This smoothie soothes digestion, heartburn, nausea, and other stomach trouble with the fresh ginger in this natural remedy drink. One banana, sliced. 3/4 cup or 6 ounces of vanilla yogurt. 1 tablespoon honey. Half teaspoon freshly grated ginger. Combine the banana, ginger, yogurt, honey, blend until smooth. Nutrition per serving: 157 calories, 1 gram of fat, 0.8 gram of saturated fat, 57 milligrams of sodium, 34 grams of carbohydrates, 28 grams of sugar, 1.5 gram of fiber, 5 grams of protein. Strawberry banana smoothie. Gulping down this smoothie at breakfast will make you feel satisfied until lunchtime. 1 banana. Six strawberries. One cup of plain non-fat yogurt. Half cup of orange juice. Combine the yogurt, banana, juice, and strawberries for 20 seconds. Scrape down the sides and blend for an additional 15 seconds. Nutrition per serving: 300 calories, 14 grams of protein, 63 grams of carbohydrates, 5 grams of fiber, 45 grams of sugar, 0.5 grams of fat, 0 grams of saturated fat, 180 milligrams of sodium. Tropical Cure-All Smoothie. 1/3 cup fresh pineapple chunks, 1 banana. Or 11 ounces of coconut water, 4 handfuls of fresh spinach. Combine and blend, blend, blend. Another popular contact sport that is a great way to get into shape is Muay Thai. From an initial standpoint, one can see that Muay Thai as a more complex style of fighting. Involving strict physical and mental discipline, the conditioning and training regimens are more greatly varied and exhausting. Aside from just using fists, Muay Thai includes combinations using strikes from the elbows, knees, shins, and feet. This is also why it is called the art of 8 limbs, or science of 8 limbs, because it focuses on the 8 points of contact as opposed to the 2 points or 4 points of other regulated combat sports. Muay Thai predominantly uses a stand-up striking stance, incorporated with a myriad of clinching techniques. Coming from the Muay martial arts of Thailand, Muay Thai gained international popularity in the 20th century. This was largely due to the fact that a large number of Muay Thai practitioners defeated prominent practitioners of other martial arts. Formerly Muay Boran, it was originally called by more generic names, such as Pahuyus, Hoi Muay, or simply Muay. Local practitioners are called Nak Muay, while Western practitioners are sometimes called Nak Muay Farang, which means foreign boxer. Originally used as a practical fighting technique for actual warfare, Muay Boran became an entertainment sport where opponents fought each other in front of spectators. Eventually, these matches were included as an important part of local festivals and celebrations, especially for those held in temples. Over time, competitors started wrapping hemp rope around their bare fists and forearms, increasing abrasion and overall damage made by the sharp edges of the rope and knots tied in it. Matches of this sort were called Muay Kat Chuek. Although, this eventually changed to gloves and cotton coverlets over the feet and ankles after a death occurred during a match. It was also roughly at this time that the term Muay Thai was used more commonly. Leaving behind the classic style of Muay Boran to be elevated as an art form reserved solely for exhibit. Today, Muay Thai remains one of the most popular forms of stand-up martial arts techniques and has often seen modification by the incorporation of much more powerful striking techniques from boxing, especially with the advent of mixed martial arts. Boxing nowadays is one of the most famous and popular forms of sports, with ever-increasing numbers of individuals taking it up to get fit. If you still don't have the time or courage yet to get to a gym, you can take up a lighter form of self-study, which is shadow boxing. You can do it in the convenience of your own home in just a short amount of time. But of course, nothing beats training in a well-equipped facility under a professional trainer or coach, especially if you're just starting out. Whichever choice you make, whether self-study or under a coach, the important thing is that you are starting up on the road to fitness.